Good morning, everyone. Jesse Webb, TradersPro. Pretty nice rally we had yesterday. Again, Fed and inflation numbers are really ruling the market right now. So I would imagine that's going to continue to be the theme going forward this next probably for the next year or so. Excuse me, but we definitely have moved back into that bullish in a bear market. We were kind of waffling just a little bit. Markets had a little bit of uncertainty, probably waiting on that number yesterday, and so getting a little more clarity, which is what the market likes. The market just hates uncertainty. So once the news items and some clarity and certainty starts to enter the market, and the market's able to make some more definite decisions, you're definitely seeing capital being put to work on a day like yesterday. So one of the things I'd mentioned several days back is typically if you see a market top, at least within this last year of these bear market rallies that we've had, you see momentum spiking before it heads lower, and we haven't seen that yet right here. So we'll see if right now, and it still hasn't moved higher. You see that sentiment here is at 98, breadth is at 90 almost, and momentum is at 92. So those are all really good indicators in terms of the strength of this current rally. So that's one of the things to watch for. Obviously anything can happen, but the pretty strong confirmation move on that yesterday. And if we're going to head higher, we probably will see a momentum spike here first, where that momentum gets back up into the 95 plus range, even up above that 98 range, before we get any type of reversal. So keep your eye on that when you're looking at this direction alerts page. He said, excuse me, buy sell ratios, pretty strong move, pretty sharp reversal. It was just, I think it shook a lot of traders out of bearish trades, because we had SPY that really had that kind of that ugly down day right here, moved back into a hole. So still this ultimate trend shift right here is holding, where we get that confirmation move, it retraced back down, and so this entire piece of a potential new uptrend is still intact. This right here, when we reach that upper extreme, it doesn't necessarily mean to sell, but it does mean that it starts to become an unsustainable trend where it just starts to go straight up. That being said, it can last a while. So ideally for new buy-ins, you want to wait for it to come back into this range, but this also means that it's a pretty strong, powerful rally. That's definitely what we've seen really across the board with S&P, Dow, and NASDAQ. All tech stocks really took off yesterday. Amazon was up 13-14%, something like that. Pretty nice move. One of the stocks I wanted to focus on here in our muscle stock list today was a nice little stock. Let's see if it was this one. It was this one here. VTNR, pollution controls. They deal with pollution control in the oil industry, I believe. I don't know entirely, but this last year they've had a pretty volatile stock chart. It's gone, really. In fact, the last couple of years, it's had some really strong moves up. I think it got caught up in a little bit of the Reddit and GameStop type moves. Had a big move here, had a big move here, attempted and then retraced, but now we're kind of back in this range right here. So it has the tendency to move higher. Some of the fundamentals there, not fantastic, but in terms of the risk profile, I've mentioned this before. I kind of outlined this when you're looking at a chart inside of this system. That's kind of the setup that you want to see right here. That's the most ideal setup as a stock. It's kind of bottomed and it's starting to turn, and it's just early entry into that buy zone. This stock, particularly on the back test over a 2-year time frame, has just done insanely well. It's been 57% win rate, so very volatile. The drawdowns here are about 50%, so not saying that it can't create some volatility here, but the uptrends have been pretty strong, several 100% within that overall uptrend. So definitely one to watch, add to that watch list, keep an eye on it for today. As I've mentioned before, if you don't have full access to the site, I've got a link for you below to go ahead and get signed up. We look forward to having you. Have a great day today.